Friends, good evening. Today we are marking the end of year 2019, but with a very strong hope and an ardent desire to make big of 2020 a much more grand success than that of the concluding year. Friends, in my concluding talk today, I wish to present before you the Motor Vehicle Act 1988, the amendment that was carried out to that effect in the year 2019, and the statistics, last 5 years statistics of the road traffic accidents in India and its consequences. India, as declared by the United Nations, WHO, is a place where the world's largest accidents occur in India. Every year, an average of 5 lakh accidents take place in India. Out of that 5 lakh accidents, registered accidents, 1.5 lakh people die in the road traffic accidents. And another 1.5 lakh suffer grievous injuries. Grievous injuries like entering into a coma state, amputing their legs, hands, loss of limbs, disability assessment up to 30%, 40%, 50%, sometimes 70%, and much more. So there is a lot of pain and suffering associated with post-accident trauma. First thing is the people who are grievously injured, they undergo immense suffering. There is a loss of earning capacity, there is loss of jobs. Because of the disability they have suffered, their life has been impaired. And in reference to the people who die in the road traffic accidents, their family is rendered without income. Many families come to the roads after the breadwinner he dies in the road accidents. So this is the outcome of the road traffic accidents. In this reference, in order to reduce the road traffic accidents and to create a safe driving experience, safe traveling experience for the commuters, for the passengers, for the drivers, and for the third parties who are involved in the road traffic, the Motor Vehicle Act 1988 is designed. And the amendment which came in 2019 was made with an intent to strengthen the act so as to reduce the accidents, so as to reduce the drastic loss of lives, so as to reduce the number of people who are grievously injured. So this was the intent behind the amendment that was made. However, most states in India have diluted the act before even implementing it. First of all, the state governments do not have power to dilute the act of the union government in this way. First, they must implement as it was made. In the same intensity, the amendment must have been implemented. It should have been assessed for 6 months or for a year. Before bringing in the change, the state governments must make an assessment whether the amendment thus made is effective or ineffective. Without even looking into all these factors, the state governments, irrespective of the political affiliations, have diluted it with political motive in order to preserve their vote banks So they have diluted the act. They have reduced the fines and made changes through the rules formed by the state governments. So this is the state of affairs. I am not here to say that state governments must not dilute the act. I am only saying when an act is made by the union government with an intent to create a better driving experience, better traffic conditions, that makes driving a conducive environment for the people. It is aimed at reducing the pain and sufferings of the people. When the amendment's intent is that, how can the state governments jump into the conclusions and dilute the act? Therefore, in my opinion, an assessment is required before diluting the act, before framing the rules. You must make a research. You must implement, the state government must implement the said amendment and then look into the consequences and then assess the effectiveness, whether it is effective or whether it is ineffective. Until unless there is an assessment made, no government can jump into the conclusion and demean the Union Act.